This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Yes. How you feeling, my brother?
What's up, Orlando? How you doing, bud?
I am doing great, man. I can't complain. Not doing as good as the Panthers, of course. What is our number? Because it looks like we figured out yesterday that they own the tiebreaker, and because they've got more points in regulation wins. So if that's correct, obviously you're the hockey expert. What is it? One win? Are we away from locking the President's Cup? Talk to us.
Just 3 points. They only need 3 points.
One win.
So a win tonight, or 3 points in any
right.
3 points. Yeah. So if Colorado loses tonight and the Panthers win, that could do it. So.
Okay. All right. That's good stuff, man. I mean, I it's not like they're bragging like we need the President's Cup or anything like that, but hey, as a guy
nice to have, if it's there, take it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And plus, as a guy that covered 96, you took advantage of an expansion team. I want revenge, bitch. All right. I want revenge. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I want for that. Well, they got to get there first, of course. You know what I mean?
But both teams would have to get there, and it's a long, long, hard road to make it through the NHL playoffs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But they're putting themselves in the best position possible. And listen, they got three games this week. I think tonight is a big one. You're playing Boston, a team you could play in the playoffs. I think they go with mostly a regular schedule tonight, and then we'll see what happens Thursday in Ottawa. Thursday in Ottawa, you may see a completely, you might see a lot of different faces.
Okay, well, they've earned it, and that'll be great because that'll get guys some rest. The Ekblad thing, still on target, everything kosher, right?
Well, that's what they say. They're expecting him to be back for the first round of the playoffs. Whether it's game 1 or not, I don't know. The team hasn't had much time to practice, as they're gearing up for the playoffs. But, I think that Aaron Ekblad, if he says he can go, the doctors say he can go. As long as he's skating hard on his own, I think you can throw him right back in the lineup and no worries.
I'm with you there. All right, Lomberg, were you all right with the suspension?
Well, it's an automatic suspension, and I think that's why Andrew Brunette was arguing the fact, why did you give him the instigator knowing that he would be suspended? Because if you get an instigator in the last 5 minutes, the NHL did this so games wouldn't, if it's a 7-2 game in the final minutes, it wouldn't get gooned up. So if you knew if you start the fight, you're going to get tossed and lose a game. So them's the rules, my friends. Them's the rules. But that's why Andrew Burnett got kicked out of the game, because he was arguing, why'd you give him the instigator? And I guess the referee was like, I don't want to hear from you. You're out. So
hey, you know what? Listen, in the end, we're also protecting the players from themselves because the emotions take over and all that.
Sure.
Does Vinny Viola cut that check there? Does he Andrew? Don't worry about it. I got that 10. I got that 10.
Yeah,
I don't. How does that work? Does it come directly out of Brunette's account and then, we lost him? George, are you there? George.
Hey, so yes, I got a phone call and I had to turn it off. Your buddy Chris Perkins just called in and that kind of
that damn Perk. What the hell is wrong with you, Perk?
What are you doing, buddy? Not now, pal.
Yeah,
I'm on the air with Big O.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that Andrew Burnett's going to pay that. I think somebody will take care of it because as far as I know, he's still making assistant coach money. So
I'm just saying, does it come directly out of his check and then on the backside there's a direct deposit that comes in later on or something to make up?
Yeah, I would think there's some kind of way to do that. As long as the NHL gets their
there's no cap.
They're happy.
Right?
There's no cap for coaches.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So you can make
that, bro.
Take him to the horse track and give him a winner.
By the way, talk to us a little bit about Duclair winning the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy.
Nomination. He's a nominee from the Panthers.
Nomination. I think. I hate to do this, dude, but when I read your story and I see the color of his skin and he's bouncing around all these teams and in one situation where he's scoring a crap ton of goals, and yet they don't want to extend him and give him a contract. I just wonder how much of that still lies around in this league, that a guy is still measured by the color and not by the player, because, dude, that is one clutch bitch that the Panthers just acquired this year. I mean, or last year, right? What was it, last year, right?
Last year was his first
Last
year.
year he has been just awesome, dude. He's Johnny on the spot like all the freaking time, bro.
Yeah, no, Anthony DeClare's been a great signing, and listen, he had a little bit of a relationship with Bill Zito, right? They both were in Columbus. The Blue Jackets brought him in, and he didn't even last the season in Columbus. He got in John Tortorella's doghouse, and they traded him to Ottawa when the Blue Jackets were making all their deadline deals, and then Ottawa doesn't want to pay him. I mean, that's basically all it was. He was
Cheap.
a restricted. Yeah, they were being cheap, and they knew that he was gonna demand a huge contract, and he took less money in Florida for that 1 year deal. That was a prove it deal. But listen, some of this falls on Anthony DeClaire, and he's admitted that he was a little bit immature, wasn't very good defensively, and sometimes put in bad spots. And I think that's the beauty part about what the Florida Panthers have done, is they have found spots where the guys here can thrive.
Right.
Sam Bennett was a fourth line winger in
Right.
Calgary.
Lundell.
The Panthers get him. You put him on the second line with Jonathan Huberdeau. How do you not
young or veterans? Everybody's got to roll one way or another. You're right.
Anthony DeClaire shows up in Florida. He's with Huberdeau. He's with Barkov. So putting guys in the right situation, I think, is the thing that Florida has noticed, and that's why people want to be here. That's why Claude Giroux wanted to be here, because he knew the Florida Panthers weren't going to bury him somewhere and put him with a partner that doesn't work. He knew he was going to get the best opportunity to play with the best players here, and but Anthony DeClaire, hey, good for him. He's one of the nominees for the Masterton Award. It goes to the player, that shows dedication to hockey. We know what DeClaire does on the ice. He's found a home here in Florida. It's been a great story. What he does off the ice, too, has been important, and it's been needed. And he's been a great voice and a big part of this community, because the Florida Panthers are trying to get everybody involved in hockey down here. And Anthony DeClaire last year, in the summertime, shows up at youth camps, and you hear the stories. You've got these people, these kids of color who are like, hey, that guy looks like me, and if he can do it, I can do it. And I think Anthony DeClaire takes a lot of pride in that people kids in South Florida are looking to him as a beacon of hope that, hey, why not? I could play. If he could play hockey, I could play hockey.
Yeah, it's just it's sad because hockey, soccer, baseball, they're rich kid sports.
Yeah, they are.
And
the Panthers are trying to alleviate that. They've got programs. But
I know.
Still, seriously, once a kid, learns to play, then they start joining these travel teams. Just like dude. Baseball. Yeah. Jeez. So it ain't cheap.
A lot of money. You travel parents out there, God bless you, man. You spend a lot of money and time with your children, and you're awesome for doing it. I gotta give it to you. But again, you've got to be a family that has that kind of money when it comes to those three sports: tennis, hockey, and baseball. They have just become so freaking expensive, man. It's just so tough for a lot of other kids of any race and religion and anything. If you just don't have, if you're not at that financial stage, you're not, forget it. Your kid will struggle in those areas. All right. Should we be concerned about what happened against Tampa Bay? Because both goalies got smoked. One gave up 5, the other one gave up 3, and it wasn't like either one. We're trying to figure out which one, and that old saying, when you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got none. And we keep saying they've got 2 good goalies, but then there are these moments at times, and they a little doubt creeps in, my brother, a little FUD. In crypto, we deal with FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Well, I got a little FUD going on with my goalies a little bit here. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's you. I mean, I don't. I think the Panthers are fine with what they've got in goal. I mean,
Okay.
Sunday night was just, one of those weird games. Panthers played a pretty good game 5-on-5. They gave up a lot of power play chances to Tampa, which we saw in the playoffs last year could be a killer. That game meant more to Tampa Bay than it did Florida, and it showed. And I thought Bob came in and made some really good saves, and then things got away from the team in the third period because they knew it
Okay.
was over. Tampa knew it was over, and it
Okay.
was just kind of tag. Let's see if we can run it up on the Panthers night. Florida, don't forget, beat them like 9-2 in December, and they remembered that. So they wanted to give the Panthers something to remember in case this is a second round series. Florida probably did themselves some favors by not winning that game because if Tampa ends up being the wild card too, you're facing Tampa in the first round. Now that's gone. They're not going to be. You'll face them in the second round maybe if they can survive Toronto, which I think they can. But anyway, back to
George, are
I
we
think the
going?
goalies are fine. I wouldn't worry about it. That listen, they
You
they
just
know,
said
they
it.
know when the real season starts.
Yeah, but I didn't like that line. The goalies are fine.
They're
Goalies.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but
They've got
but
two goalies, and don't. I know that if you've got two, you don't have one. You've
right,
got
but
Sergei
are we
Bobrovsky
better
and
off,
Spencer
doggy?
Knight. Those two are pretty damn good,
I know they're
and every
pretty
team
damn.
in the league would like to have both of them.
I know they're pretty damn good, but wouldn't we like to go in with the conviction of we got one freaking wall ready to go? You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
got
sure, and
one
maybe
guy
you will.
dancing on his head.
Maybe you'll see Sergei Bobrovsky pitch a shutout in the first game, and that's going to be that. I don't know. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying, doggy. Nobody's going into the playoffs on their head right now,
That's
and it's
because you
kind
have
of
two goalies that get a lot of equal playing time. That's why.
is that a
You
good
don't
thing?
have
Is
you
that a
don't
bad
have one
thing?
guy. You don't have one guy getting 65 starts here in Florida like other teams do. You're able
Well,
to spread the wealth a little bit, spread the workload.
do you not have that because neither one has really taken off to the point that you can say, sorry, Bob, sorry, Spencer, we got to go. You'll be the guy every 4 or 5 nights. We're
No,
not
but
doing.
why would you want to sit Spencer Knight why would you want to start a goalie 7 out of 8 games? Like
Oh,
Bob, why would you want a 32-year-old goal, however old Bob is? Why do you don't want him carrying the load? We saw what happened. We saw what happened in Columbus. When he
you're
gets into
totally
the
right.
playoffs, he's wore out.
No,
He's
you're
wore out.
totally right. I just would feel slightly better if I had a guy that I know is just lights out right now. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
well,
And
you're not
I get
rotating.
it
You're,
with the
you're
Panthers
watching it on
offense.
the TV, so you don't have to really worry that the players think they got great goaltending. That's all that matters. So
Okay. All right. All right.
they feel very confident with the goaltending they've got. So
I like both goaltenders. I'm just saying
yeah,
that
no, I hear you. But we're watching it from above. It's with the
well,
coaches
listen,
and
man.
players. They know what they got. They got two very good goalies. If one falters, you got the next one coming in that's ready to go. So
Listen, you might be onto something because maybe when the playoffs start, light goes on, one of them just clicks, and it
yeah,
becomes
one
because
of them might pitch a shutout and never come out of the net again. We don't know.
all right. Well, here's exactly. So here's the follow up. What you didn't want to do in the regular season, don't you have to do it in the playoffs? Doesn't
Sort of, yeah,
somebody have to
yeah. No,
step
it's
up
different, and
and
it's different in the
okay,
playoffs.
okay,
You're not
okay,
playing back to backs and yeah.
okay, all right. So that's
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. We will have a problem if we're going back and forth because
Yeah, I
then
don't think they're going to. Yeah, well, yeah, you would if you're going back and forth. That means that it'd be like last year against Tampa Bay. Okay,
yeah,
Bob gave up 4 here and there. Okay, we're bringing in Driggs. Well, then Driggs gave up a bunch. Bob's back in. So that means if you're rotating goalies in the playoffs, that means that you're giving up a lot of goals.
and that's where I cannot point my finger at Brunette because the poor man has to play the shell game and he doesn't know which shell he's going to pick up. And is it finally under the shell? Did I pick the right one? And that's the kind of thing that I'm a little bit afraid of. And that's all I would have liked to have settled down the stretch here.
Well, all I know is they're going into the playoffs exactly how they hoped with 2 healthy goalies.
What are their
of game
rankings,
time.
by the way?
As far
What
as
are the rankings?
The goalie
overall
rankings?
goalies. Yeah.
They're middle of the pack. I think Bob is like 16, 17. Niter, I haven't looked at his recent stats since he gave up 5 the other night, but he was in the top 30. So Neither blowing the doors up, but that's how the Panthers play though too. I mean,
I
this is
know
a team
they're
that
off.
scores
Yeah,
five a game. So,
which in hockey, if you watch it enough, once you take a big lead, your goaltender is going to get peppered because they're
how
so
many
desperate
shutouts
to
did
get back
both
in it.
players have going into the third period and give up a couple with the
Yeah,
Panthers up 4-5-0? That
right,
happens.
exactly. That
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. I can live with that because that's the nature of the game. You know what I mean? I am just a little concerned that I just would like one guy to be a son of a bitch at this point, and I'm not
Yeah,
seeing it
well,
yet. That's all.
they
That's all. What
haven't
do you work?
needed it. They haven't needed it yet,
You're
but
right. You're
this
right.
team's been on cruise control.
You're right.
So you really haven't needed that guy to, if we were coming down the stretch, with a 3-point lead in every game you had to win, I think it would be a different situation, but it's not that situation. We might even see Jonas Johansson play. We might see Chris Gibson called up from the minors to play just in case. This team has been locked down for a long time. So
All right. Well, I got you. What are you working on Florida hockey now? So, folks, and please subscribe, folks. It's like $3 a month, and you get like 800 stories a month. I'm exaggerating. I'm Cuban, but what
it
I'm
might
saying
be
is,
that much. Yeah, it's two,
it's
three a
pretty
day.
close. It's pretty
Yeah.
close. But the man writes a lot, is what I'm saying. Okay,
A
a
lot of
lot.
content, kids. A lot of
Yes,
content. Today's story I'm really proud of. Talked to Billy Lindsay
I saw that.
about the 26th anniversary of his big goal against Boston with the Panthers in Boston and the anniversary of that goal on Wednesday. Got some really great stuff from Billy Lindsay talking about how, listen, the 96 team was great, but it's time to start building some
Yeah,
new playoff memories. And he said, listen,
man.
what we did in 96, that's never changing. People still love that team. They'll always love that team. But he
Always.
says he thinks about a Stanley Cup parade every single day. He says it's like I can't stop thinking about what it's going to be like down here. Great stuff from Billy Lindsay. Check it out at FloridaHockeyNow.com. We've got today's lineups and everything and the betting odds, yada yada, for tonight's game against the Boston Bruins, and then we'll have a pregame story from Colby later this afternoon.
It's a beautiful thing. All right, follow him on Twitter at George Richards. And, of course, Florida Hockey Now. Also on Twitter, get your asses in gear, FloridaHockeyNow.com, and subscribe and get on the bandwagon. George,
Jump
thank
on.
you.
There's plenty of time. Come on.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Big O. Be good, brother.
You got it. That is George Richards. Remember, if you're locked out of your home, you're locked out of your car, LennyLocksmith.com. All right? And you see the number right there. You could call them 561-284-5090, West Palm Beach number, but you could call them anytime you want, 24 hours a day. You get locked out of your house, your car, doesn't matter. You need new keys for your home, new keys for your car, even programmed keys. They do it all for you, man. 24 hours a day. Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. We even have locations in Orlando and Tampa in Central Florida, LennyLocksmith.com. And we also have one in Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA. No, only in Arizona. Okay, Phoenix, Arizona. I just kind of went into a Steve Miller song because I have no choice when I say that. But anyway, call the great people at LennyLocksmith.com and tell them that the Big O sent you. That is your lock.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.